Okay, so I bought the Levoit Core 300S. I bought it for €5. Bought it as new but broken. Basically the description said does not turn on, but I was. As an engineer myself, after work I actually enjoy opening things and fixing them, so let's begin. As you can see, the retail price for this one is around $150, so expectations are quite high. Sorry again for the camera angle here. I didn't care much about making the opening and closing steps look perfect. I'll assume you also enjoy figuring some things out for yourself. So yeah, it didn't turn on. So here we go. We start to open it. We start by removing the bottom cover and also the filter. Once that is done, you will see 8 Phillips screws. We will have to remove all of them, and then some other plastic parts. And be careful, don't use too much force. Everything is held basically together with snap fits. I actually like the design a lot. Only 8 screws for the entire unit. That's quite impressive. So yeah, be gentle at every step. No force needed, only snap fits. And yeah, then once this connector is removed, you will have in hand the main electronic board, not the power board still yet. So this is the ESP32, which is one of the best MCUs out there in terms of performance and price. I started experimenting, soldered some wires into it to the I found the 3.3 volt power. I tried to just with the power supply to power it manually, didn't do anything. And then I saw that this is this board requires a 5 volt basically. It has the voltage regulator and everything inside. And then I found the issue. The power board. That's the power board that I'm measuring right now with multimeter. And I found that we are missing the 5 volt basically from the power board. So yeah, then I started removing the power board. Be careful, as I said, a lot of snap fits. And once I removed it, I found the burned IC basically. So as you can see here, the IC here has exploded. It's basically burned. It was very hard to read the port number, but since this was the power supply section, I assumed it was a high frequency step down buck converter. So based on my investigation, short I would call it, 5-minute investigation, I believe it was used an MP2105, but I cannot be 100% sure. So at this point I had two options: order the IC, spend hours debugging, investing more money and stuff like that, and 2, take a simple engineering approach by soldering another power supply. Basically what I did here, I just soldered a 230 volt to 5 volt DC power supply. So, and yeah, that's it. That's how I bypassed basically that chip entirely. So you can use any cheap $1 230 AC to 5 volt DC basically power supply. You can even salvage one from an old USB charger. Make sure though it can provide at least 1 amp at 5 volt, and as you can see it here, it will work. The ESP32 usually has a 350 milliamps on average, so yeah, 1 amp would be enough for jumpings and stuff. Once this was done, very important to note, you must remove the damaged IC from the board. That burned IC that I showed you before, that one needs to be completely desoldered, or just use some tools to cut everything. And then also another very important note before I start assembling it here is to isolate that power supply, because there is a heatsink there for the fan control transistor, and you don't want any short here. So use insulation tape, make sure everything is like secured, and then basically start assembling everything back. And once that's done, well, basically reassembling the unit was honestly a bit painful. I wanted to finish this mini project on under 1 hour, so I went to full speed mode. I did break a small snap fit for the cable guide there, but honestly it wasn't important. So yeah, here's the moment of truth. everything was assembled. Nothing is shaking. And yep, works perfectly fine. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll probably do more repairs like this whenever I have free time. I think this video editing and my voice here took more longer than the repair itself, so this is why I hate doing this type of videos. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot. Bye.